Hi Aquarius, welcome. This is going to be your reading. I'm going to begin with the spiritual general messages, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. I am time stamping this October because that's when I'm recording it, but my readings are timeless, so I just trust that when this finds you, that's when it's for you. So Aquarius, let's get into it and see what we have coming through. I felt a very soft, almost nostalgic, feminine energy coming through for Aquarius. So you just may be in that softer part of yourself, that more emotional part of yourself that you don't always let other people see, okay? And it's interesting because I was just talking to my friend who is a fellow Aquarian, and she was literally saying why do I feel so sentimental lately? And I'm like, I think it's just in the energy, you know? So if you've been feeling that as well, you're not alone. You also have the 11th house here and the square. So there could have been some challenges going on here, tension, things feeling stalled, or frustrations going on. But I feel like this is the time period where things are unwinding, where you're de-stressing or being encouraged to do so. It's kind of like coming back to home, coming back to where you feel comfortable, Aquarius, with the 11th house here, which is your energy, focusing back on the things that you love, feeling more love, just in general, feeling in this more loving space. And I have a song coming through, I think it's One Republic. The lyric is, "This has got to be a good life." So it's a bit of an inspirational energy coming through. This is a very experimental, future-oriented energy. It also highlights group activities, friendship circles, and your social network. So let's see what else we have coming through for you, Aquarius. Oh, it's gonna be the good life. I think that's the name of the song too, Good Life. Good Life. Maybe. I don't know. Could be wrong. Anyways. Let's see what the Osho Zen has to say for you, Aquarius. You have the card of the burden. I also want to say, I started this reading 2 or 3 times, and I kept fumbling over my words or getting distracted. So I don't know if you have a lot of, I don't know, ADD, distractive type of energy going on, where you're having a hard time focusing maybe on the task at hand, okay? And like I said, I do see that there is kind of this frustrating energy here, and maybe some burdensome type of vibes that you need to let go of. What's this? You have the card of the inner voice. Card of celebration and the card of new vision. I don't know, I feel frustration creeping through the energy here, and it just feels like some of you feel like you're pulling teeth in a situation to get someone to do something, or to get maybe yourself motivated to do something, or to get someone to communicate. Maybe I definitely heard it's like pulling teeth. So take it as it resonates with you. That could be literal or just, hypothetical. I'm not sure. But it just feels kind of unpleasant, an unpleasant energy here. If you're coming across obstacles, it's just feeling heavier than it normally does. And I feel like some of you really need a break, okay? A chance to listen to your inner voice, a chance to reconnect with your friends, to get back into that space of creativity, because I also feel like, it could have been that there was a blockage there when it came to your creative pursuits, or really tapping into that really special space that makes you an Aquarian, that innovative, imaginative type of energy, right? And you're an air sign, but you're also a fixed sign. So it's not that you're ungrounded, but it feels to me like it's too much of facing reality and like not enough of being in Aquarius land, fantasy land, imagination land. You know where we love to go as Aquarians. I'm an Aquarius too, you guys know that. It's like, my friends call it Dana land, Aquarius land. But like, that's my preferred space to be in. Like, I like to be in my own little world, you know, and to others it may come off like a bit aloof or detached, you know, Aquarius, when you do this as well. But for us, it makes perfect sense. It's just like, we're just in our own world, you know what I mean? And some of you may have been actually having trouble like kind of tapping into that, you know, facing the day-to-day mundane tasks, things you have to get done, time crunches, you know, and schedules and planning. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't, it's not that you can't do that, but it's like not your preferred method. Like, you're more of an innovator. You're more of like a go with the flower. You're more of, I'll get to it when it makes sense for me to get to it. And so it just feels like there's this tension here between like the things that you have to do and the things that you want to do. And it's about like finding a balance between the two is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's see what else we have coming through for you, Aquarius. I feel a little bit of escapism wanting to come through as well. Like, I feel like if things are getting too heavy, you may just want to escape, whether that be in your brain or going out with friends or just like, yeah, kind of moving away from that heavier energy. But let's see what we have going on. We have the Two of Pentacles. What does Aquarius need to know? There's the Four of Cups. Four of Swords. King of Cups. Yeah, so I feel like this time frame is more so about kind of disconnecting and getting back into that Aquarius space, mind space, you know, relaxing and paying attention to your body as well. Because I feel like some of you have been so busy that you've been neglecting maybe your physical needs, needing to rest a little bit more, needing to prioritize your emotions a bit more. It's almost like needing to detach so that you can kind of gather your thoughts and gather yourself. It's like you're so capable of doing so many things, Aquarius, and you often do have your hand in many pots because you just, that's just what an Aquarian does. Like, you like to, I don't want to say be busy all the time, but you love the mental stimulation of being involved in things, and you're capable of doing many things at once, but it's also taxing on your energy if you're not prioritizing alone time as well, because as much as you are an innovator and an extrovert, you are also an introvert. You know, I always say Aquarius is the sign of contradictions. You know, you're air, but you're fixed air. You know what I mean? So it's like you also need that introversion time, that alone time, that time to think your thoughts. And actually, if you don't get enough of that alone time, it becomes irritable to you. You become irritable, right? So it's about taking that time to detach so that you can take time to yourself, so you can figure out how you're feeling, okay? And then jump into action. And I don't feel like this is a forever state, you know? I feel like this is just a temporary spacer that you need, okay? Or space that you need to make for yourself. And then I feel a bounce back here with the Knight of Wands and the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Wands and the Death and Rebirth card. So it's almost like a very regenerative energy. And I felt this in the Aries reading as well. If you have Aries in your chart, check it out. But it's like once you have that rest period, then it's time to go. It's time for action. I feel you being really in the spot of wanting to be very generous, bringing out that more humanitarianist part of yourself, where you're wanting to give yourself, your time, your energies to others, especially those closest to you or those that would benefit from it, right? I feel there's a heightened awareness around a connection as well during this time frame, a specific connection, okay, that maybe you're wanting to give your time and energy to, or they you, okay, and there may be some movement or action in that during this time frame. But again, they're highlighting your social circle again, your friends group, but also partners, your partner if you have one. There's some sort of change or ending coming through as well in a cycle related to relationships. So it's almost like you're being renewed from within, and then it's penetrating out into the people you're connecting with. Some of you could be renewing friendships, okay, renewing old connections. I heard renewing your faith. For some of you, it's got nothing to do with other people. It's like renewing yourself, your energy, your faith. So let's see what else. You have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Seven of Wands. The Strength card. Woo! The Lovers and the Page of Cups and the Three of Wands. So if things have felt stagnant, you know, in a connection or in something that you've been trying to push forward, I feel that's where the tension is coming from. It's like things are flowing, but maybe not in this one specific area, you know, and it's almost like you're not allowing yourself to flow, you know, because you're holding out or you're holding on. So let me give you the image that I'm getting. It's like somebody in a fast-moving stream of water, and as opposed to going with the flow, they're holding themselves in a space, right? They're holding on to the sides of the creek, like holding themselves there, and the water's rushing over them. And it's like you're putting yourself in a holding pattern, whether you're consciously aware of this or not, I don't know. But it has to deal with trying to protect yourself from something. What is this? What are they trying to protect themselves from? Eight of Swords, yeah. The King of Pentacles. So, Aquarius. Some of you are like, in a weird way, like, you think, I don't know how to put this, and I don't mean to keep pausing, but I want to make sure I get the message right. It's like putting things on pause because you're protecting your heart. Okay. Did you don't want to get hurt again? Or there's like your guard is up because it's not, it's like this time period is calling you to be secure in yourself, but also be secure in being vulnerable. That's not our strong suit as Aquarians, is it? And it's like this holding pattern will dissipate when you stop working against yourself with your thoughts. It's almost like the universe is calling something forward that is beneficial to you, but there's resistance around it on your end. Like there's uncertainty, there's skepticism around it. And this is what keeps you in this holding pattern. And it's like there's strength and vulnerability here. Some of you, the universe is trying to bring in a connection, a new connection for some of you, or a renewed connection. And there's hesitancy. But I feel like you cannot hold yourself in this holding pattern for forever before the current's going to sweep you away. And some of you are about to get swept away. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. When's the last time you let something take you off guard? When's the last time you let yourself be genuinely surprised by the universe? When's the last time you released control? Because there's freedom in that, Aquarius. There is freedom in that. There's freedom in just saying, what will be, will be. And you love freedom. Actually, you're ruled by freedom. So it's almost like, all right, well, then release yourself from these mental obligations and restrictions that you're placing. And what will be, will be. Because the floodgates want to open. And what does it want to open you up to? Love. Let's go back to the original point of the reading. Love. The sentimental part of you. Also the vulnerable part of you. But there's something really beautiful blooming here, Aquarius. And it's up to you on how you want to view it. But the perception that I'm receiving is that this is a beautiful thing. My cup runneth over. So, wow. I cannot wait to see what the relationship you versus them reading has to say. But let's get some guidance for this portion before we flip to that. Guidance for Aquarius. My every thought is attracting its vibrational essence. Can you see that? Whether you're thinking about wanted things or unwanted things, you're still sending out a request to attract more things like the subject of your thought. And all things that happen to you, all people, things, experiences, etc., come in response to your vibrational invitation. Noticing how things are turning out for you is one very clear way of understanding which vibrational requests you're emanating. Because you're always getting the essence of what you're thinking about, whether you want it or not. So, where have your thoughts been? Have they been on the more positive end or have they been on the more negative end? And how can you tell? Look around you and see what's currently manifesting in your reality. Do you like it? Do you not like it? If you don't like it, you can change it by changing your mind. So, let's go into the you versus them portion and see where this is headed. I'll see you in just a second. And welcome back. All right, Aquarius, we're going to go into the you versus them portion of the reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind, it's a general, so you can flip the roles if needed. It's typically going to resonate with your intimate partner, perhaps an ex, but it could also resonate with a family member, a friend, a coworker, whatever. Keep an open mind. It's usually going to be whoever's most dominant in your energy. So you have here the second house of assets, Aquarius. This is all about your material world, your possessions, your finance, your talent, what you do, you know, for a living for some of you. But it's, again, finding that fine balance between like the dutiful part of you, Aquarius, and the innovative part of you. And that kind of showed up in the spiritual reading as well, if I see it again. So here you have the Nine of Wands in your energy. Oh my goodness. Okay. And they have King of Wands and a whole bunch of other stuff going on here. Okay, I don't usually keep that, but actually I'm going to keep that. So their energy is all about doing the right thing, taking the lead. It's more of their masculine side, even if you're dealing with a feminine that is showing up. And I wasn't going to keep this, but I feel like this is pertinent. So there's also something here going on behind the scenes that may be surprising to you. So this person is looking for resolution when it comes to their home or their emotional fulfillment and listening or trying to listen to their intuition. But there's like an injury. Okay, this is, don't make this resonate if it doesn't. This is not predictive. This is, you would know this. There's either someone that wants to, I don't know how to say this. There's somebody with an injured or fragile ego behind the scenes. And I don't know if it's your person or someone they're connecting with, but it's an unstable energy. It is someone that needs to work on their healing, but is not in that space right now. And your person is needing to use their intuition, okay? Whether this is them or somebody they're dealing with, or maybe somebody that they're not even aware of behind the scenes. So, whoa, okay, really interesting start to this reading. Let's see where this is headed. All right, we're going to go into the recent past, what led up to the now. How you see each other, how you feel underneath it all in the big spiritual picture. So, Aquarius, recent past energy for my Aquariuses. Recent past. 8 of Swords. Yep, 9 of Swords. Woo! I still have that song in my life, in my mind. This has got to be a good life. 6 of Wands. What in the heck? So, Aquarius, some of you are dealing with Sagittarius, because I almost wanted to call you Sagittarius, or you may have that in your chart. That's just a random side note. But definitely check out their reading when it comes out either way. There's like this sense of like trying to overcome your own mind, you know, like knowing that your mind is not always in a good place, or that you've been overdoing it or overstressing, and it's like you continually trying to overcome that and then kind of falling flat. Or it's like you do overcome it, right? And maybe you have a good day or a few string of good days, and then it feels like right back, like a slap in the face almost. Some of you are trying to overcome, or at least in the past, you had to overcome a fear of rejection or your own shadows, to be honest with you. It's so unlike you to let something get in your head, but at the same time, you're all up in your head all the time. But it's like something got in your head in a negative way, and it kind of made you doubt yourself, maybe pulled out your insecurities, maybe even brought out like the vengeful nature that can be an Aquarian. You know, as humanitarianistic as we are, we're not a sign that you want to piss off. You know, Aquariuses can be very intelligent with their comebacks, and you know what I mean, calculated almost. And like something could have really brought you into that space where it was like you had to struggle to get out of that space, right? So let's see where this person is at in their recent past. Strength card. Ace of Wands. King of Cups and the Fool. Wow, such different energy. So this person's really been in, you know, in a good space, you know, feeling confident, following their passions, going for the things that they want, trying to stay balanced, trying to stay peaceful, you know, empowering themselves to go in the right direction, okay? If it was an intimate connection, there could have been a lot of passion here, or like a really strong physical attraction here. But I also feel it on an emotional and a spiritual level as well. But it's interesting because it's like you're in the space of trying to overcome some pretty serious injuries, I feel. And I got the word injury. Now, some of you, like literally, physically, I know I'm getting over an illness, and I'm an Aquarius. But again, not predictive. This would have already happened. But others of you, like emotional, you know, like mental, spiritual things, right, that you needed to overcome. And this person, you know, is like a pillar of strength. So let's go into the now energy and see how you see each other. Perception. How do you see this person? It's almost like your mind is such a powerful thing, and it is a blessing and yet a curse. And like your mind can be a weapon at the same time, Aquarius. Let's see. How do you see this person in the now? Eight of Wands. That was the Six of Cups. Four of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. Six of Swords. So Aquarius, when it comes to this person, I feel like there's a lot of commonalities here. It could be that you enjoy communicating with this person, or maybe they're a good communicator. There's a sense of like union here, a sense of responsibility as well, a sense of hold on a second. I feel you being in this space where, you know, you're wanting to see things move forward, and you're wanting to communicate and see things come together and have resolutions here, but maybe not entirely sure where to begin or how to go about something. And or that this person may be feeling that way about you. It's a sense of like, it's like all things moving forward and then hitting a roadblock here. And I feel like it's not so much a roadblock, but it's more so, it's like you want to be sure that you genuinely want to invest your time and energy. You know, because even though, yes, you're a free-flowing air sign, you're a fixed sign, which means you give a lot of thought and consideration before you commit yourself to something. Because once you're committed, you're committed. Getting an Aquarian to commit is difficult, but once we commit, we commit. And rarely do we go back on that. So it's like things moving forward and then a hesitancy here. Or I guess like a lot of consideration, a lot of contemplation, a lot of heavy thinking, almost too much thinking. You know, maybe a dialogue needs to be opened up here, or a good conversation, right? Where you can see eye to eye with this person. I feel that there's something slow to change, or at least that's how you perceive it, because it actually is changing. Let's see how this person sees you. The Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Nine of Cups. So again, see, remember in the spiritual reading, I was saying, like, you've been facing reality too much and not in your fantasy Aquarius land, which is what feels best to you. You're with your rose-colored glasses on. You know how you be, Aquarius. You're the alien of the zodiac, you know what I mean? Like, earth signs, they're meant to be grounded and face reality and make things work and analyze details. And I'm not saying you can't do those things and you aren't good at those things, but that's not where you prefer to be. You prefer to be in the ethers, you know, like in your creative mind, right? And I feel like what's been bogging you down is facing too much of reality. I don't know. And only you would understand what I mean by that, but I feel like you understand. And it's like this person, okay, they're at the vibrational level that you kind of want to be at yourself. See, because now they're like trying to see the bright side of things, trying to focus on their success. Yeah, they are staying grounded. Yeah, they are focused on the practical, detailed things. Some of you, it is an earth sign you're connecting with. It doesn't have to be. But like, that's where they're comfortable. And you can be comfortable like that too for a little while, but you tend to drift off, you know what I mean? And that's all right, Aquarius. So this person sees the connection as something they want to build with that has the wherewithal to give them stability, that they may really enjoy talking to you, Aquarius, or how your mind works, and they see this as a success. So what's the hesitancy? All right, so let's go into the emotional space and see how does Aquarius feel underneath it all. Now, don't change yourself to fit the mold of the person you're connecting with. Don't change yourself for anyone. Well, I shouldn't have to tell you this. You would know this. It's not really in your DNA to change yourself for anyone, but sometimes you may catch yourself doing that, especially if you have Libra placements. But it's like, there's this message here about, it's not about really changing who you are. So don't go there with it. Nine of Wands. Ay! Sorry. Let's have like random noises come out of my mouth. All right, Nine of Wands. Hierophant, King of Wands. See, there's that Nine of Wands again. That came out in the spiritual reading. It is so not like you to be this guarded. What the heck, Aquarius? Come on, where's your rebellious self at? I'm not trying to give you the biz, but it's time to snap back to you. Okay. Justice. Some of you are trying so hard to like balance things and be the peacemaker that you're dishonoring yourself. Just saying. I mean, it's a noble trait. You know, some of you, it's a noble cause. But at what cost? Because if it's costing you your well-being or your health or your wealth, not worth it. So some of you, it's what I felt earlier. It's like this hesitancy Because you know once you commit, you're going to be committed. Not because someone else is going to hold you to it, but because you're going to hold yourself to it. And that's part of who you are, but it's also part of your ego. You know, once you say something, and that once you say I am, you take that seriously. So it's like you're trying to find this balance here in your heart space between your heart and your mind, love and freedom. And some of you are thinking you need to choose between the two. Do I commit myself to love, or do I commit myself to freedom? And the message here is Spirit says you can do both with the right person. If you got to give up the freedom loving aspect of yourself to appease someone, whether it be to appease their insecurity or their personal preferences, that's something you need to look at. I always say compromise is needed and healthy in healthy relationships, as long as you're not compromising the very thing you stand for, the very thing that makes you you. That's the one thing you never compromise, whatever that is, whatever trait that is, whatever you hold closest to you, and you know what it is, right? If you got to compromise that, then you got to have a talk with the people or person you're connecting with and say, this is not compromisable, and you can love me as I am, or I will find someone who does. That sounds harsh, but you know what I mean? Trying to lighten the mood here. Yeah. See, now I feel like this person is seeing the connection in a very positive light, so they may not take that the way you think they're going to take that, but we'll see. How do they feel? How do they feel? Four of Swords, Two of Wands. How do they feel about Aquarius? Six of Swords, Knight of Wands. I have the song Losing Control Now. This person is scared to death of losing control of themselves, or of the connection, or of you. But I actually feel like they're also afraid of losing the connection, mostly. Mostly they're afraid of losing you. So I feel like this person is in this space where, like, they've slept on it, they thought about it, they looked at their future, they looked at all of the angles, and they wanted to pursue, you know, the connection, or they, from that stance, took action. And then now it's like, they're wondering, I don't know, they feel like, okay, was that right? Or did I just kind of lose my spot in the Aquarius's life or heart? It's almost like somebody tried to make a power move and it backfired. And or that's a fear. There's like a fear of powerlessness here, of not being able to affect the connection or you in the way that they want. Wow. Whoa. All right. Oh, I get it. Okay. So, you know how many times I've heard this in my life, my whole life? I can't even count. My independence. All Aquarians can relate to this, all of you. How many times have you been told that your independence and your strong mind is a threat, or can be taken as a threat? Not because it truly is a threat, but to an insecure person or someone who prefers to have, I don't know, control, or someone who prefers to have predictability in a connection, that your independent self, your freedom-loving self becomes a threat. Is that your problem to solve? I don't think so. And that's why I felt that message come through earlier about like, well, you can't resolve or solve or bend yourself in enough ways, Aquarius, to make an insecure person secure. That's something that they've got to do. Now, if they can do it, cannot do it, you cannot affect that. Only they can affect that, right? And only they can decide if they want to, right? So if you don't have any control over that, and all you have control over is you and how you feel, then prioritize feeling good. And then what will be, will be. Oh my gosh, that was the message from earlier. It's like the more you let go, stop holding yourself in the stream, the easier it gets. Let's see what the most likely outcome is. Page of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. Oh, there's gotta be a good life. Excuse my horrible singing. King of Pentacles. Why does that keep showing up? Okay. I have heavy Aries, Earth, and Earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy here. Just want to point that out. So here it is, Aquarius. Here's your opportunity to look towards your future and re-empower yourself and know your worth and listen to your intuitions, and oh yes, also become vulnerable at the same time. So it's almost like the more you can let go and just let will be, and just love yourself and be loving to others. I'm not saying be cruel or unkind. Maybe detach if you need to, okay? Just so that you can reconnect with yourself. But it's like, needing to go through this process where you prioritize feeling good first, and then all things come after that. And I actually feel like you're getting your footing, kind of feeling like, all right, things are moving forward, feeling in your power again, knowing your worth, getting in touch with your intuition, and then boom, the love gates open. So let's see this person. And if you have an active connection, meaning like this is someone you're currently talking to, whether it's a friend or an ex or an intimate partner, whatever, family, or I don't care, have a good conversation with them. You're really good with your words, Aquarius. Help them to understand that this is not personal. This is just who you are. And if they love you, they will understand. All right, so the Devil, 7 of Cups, Page of Cups. Well, this person's super confused. On the defense. Okay. This person is wondering like if you're playing with them. And you're not. I mean, I can't speak for every Aquarius out there, but I feel like if those of you that are resonating with this, I feel like you're really not trying to play anything, you know, but you're kind of playing games with yourself in your head, because there's a little bit of discombobulation going on here. But like, I feel like this person may put their defenses up if they feel like, okay, is the Aquarius playing with me? Like, is this toxic? Like, what is happening here? you know, because they're in this very positive mindset to begin the reading, where they're feeling like at ease with things and at passion with things, and like things seem to be flowing, and then there's something that happens that makes this person like question, like, wait a second, like, what happened here? Like, what is going on here? And I feel like they're picking up on your vibe, your energy, right? But they're interpreting it as like playing games, you know. And now there's a very few of you that may actually be doing that, but again, take it as it resonates. But this person actually wants to give to the connection. They don't like having their wall up. They want to see things change. They want to feel successful. They want luck to go in their favor. Yeah, it's all cards about union, and they're trying to stay confident. They're trying to be open-minded, and they're looking to find balance here. So, like I said, if you have the ability to communicate, this would be a good time to just honestly and openly communicate yourself to this person. Let's see what the... Not even a part of this deck. It's the Page of Pentacles. There's another opportunity here coming up. Okay, this is the card that you got. Of course, this is perfect for you. I can get from an unwanted to a wanted relationship. As you walk away from one unpleasant situation, the law of attraction will bring another that feels very much like it, and usually quickly. You just cannot get there from there. To get where you want to be, to that place of feeling better, you have to reach for alignment between you and you. Getting yourself feeling good first before you take action in a relationship is always the best process. For when you do not feel good, you cannot be inspired to an action that will solve the problem, but instead will instigate the problem. Well, bless it if that wasn't what I had already told you in my own words. The first step before you try to resolve or move forward in anything is to get into a good feeling space and sustain that vibration just for a day, a few days, so your mind is clear, and then take action from that space, Aquarius. So, wow, super specific. Please don't make this resonate if it's not your reading, but I just like, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And actually, I'm sorry, I didn't clarify, like, what's this about? I've already wrapped the reading. Should I clarify this? Yes. Remember I said at the beginning, there's like this weird behind the scenes energy. Somebody who's not really healed themselves, that I feel they're lingering on your person's side. What are they about? Are they a threat? Someone from their past that hasn't moved on. This person may not even be aware of it, or maybe they are, but they're ignoring it. FYI. All right, so anyways, I'm going to leave it there for now. And yeah, zodiac signs you could be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have, again, heavy Earth, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, heavy Aries energy. Who's this? Leo, Aries again, Taurus again, Pisces, Aries again, and Scorpio. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it's a general reading, so it could be any sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. But please subscribe, y'all. I know some of y'all be creeping on here watching my videos and have yet to hit that subscribe, so definitely hit it so that you don't miss out on any future content. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all my social media, but it's also linked in the description box as well as the About section, where you can find the donation link if you'd like to donate to the channel to keep it running. That'd be great. You can do so there. Otherwise, I wish you guys the very, very best either way. And until next time, my friends, namaste.